With Beyond the Villa, didn't it almost seem like you were
Oh yeah, the whole time I hated it.
you're
Hated it.
like literally walking into
Yeah,
drama?
yeah. Oh, literally, I was walking into
What's
drop.
up? Welcome to the podcast. My name's Joe, and today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. We're a few days away from Beyond the Villa.
Yeah,
How are you feeling in anticipation?
it's good. I'm feeling good. It's obviously nerve wracking because it was it was a crazy experience. The producers were amazing. They always are on Love Island. They were amazing on Beyond the Villa. They were amazing. Cast not so much. I definitely felt attacked and ganged up on, but it is what it is.
Did you think that was going to happen going into it?
I had assumptions that it was gonna happen, but I also a part of me was like, well, it's been a long time. Everybody's kind of doing their thing. Everybody should be happy. Everybody should be focused on themselves. So a part of me was also hoping like, all right, like we'll all be very mature and we'll all be very respectful and we'll just say, hey, we don't have to be best friends and we don't have to rekindle and be BFFs, but like we can just be cordial and yeah. So it was a 50-50 for me.
Did you
I
have
think.
any relationships from the show continue on?
Yeah, definitely not too many people on the Beyond the Villa.
So going
Definitely
into that was going to be
yeah,
hot.
definitely Chris and Brian going into that. I was like, okay, I'm glad they're there. Um Chris especially, like I was like, as a basketball player and as an California kid as well, kind of felt a little bit of comfort knowing that he was there and that was nice. But a lot of the people that I'm still friends with are off, like I was it's ironic, but I was literally Nick was staying at my house the last 3 nights. Hearing that he just left this morning, and obviously he's been insanely busy, so hard to see him. So the fact that I got to be with him for the last 3 days was great. But Nick, obviously Alandria, Ace, Charlie. So but those guys weren't on the show. so going into it, I was like, I don't know, we'll see. It was like throwing the ball up and see where it lands.
Does going into Beyond the Villa, is it more of a real filming experience because now this relationship's already established and you're kind of showing a different side of you in the real world?
It's more real. You are also, it's funny. I don't go on social media a lot. And I just saw the clip that like I guess Peacock posted of like us stirring the pot, or like them stirring the pot, and they're like, who's gonna stir the pot most? And so there's little things where like they tell you to say lines, and like on one of them is like, yeah, I said, yeah, that's true, with like a big smile on my face, and everybody's saying I'm the one that's like stirring the pot, and I was like, I wouldn't say that. Like, I don't. I was kind of going in hoping everything was gonna be cordial, and everybody knows pots were gonna be stirring, but obviously, so things like that aren't. At the end of the day, it's a show, and they're trying to make and cause as much drama, so people pay attention to it and focus on it. So, which is good. It's as real as a reality TV show can get.
Do you ever lean into it knowing cameras are on?
I kind of just try to keep being myself. Every time a camera's on, okay, if I'm being honest, I've realized the more you're just yourself on camera, the easier it gets. And the more you try to like be something else, the more you get confused. And so it's like, okay, well, I'd rather just, it's like, come here, right? Like everyone's like, my management team's like, yo, you prepared? Are you ready? Like, do you want to talk about it? It's like, guys, I just want to go in and talk to him and say what I want to say and like answer what I want to answer. And I feel like if, it'll come off as I'm myself, I'm being who I am and call it a day. So going into Love Island, I was the same way. Like, forget the cameras there, just do yourself. If people hate you, they hate you. If people love you, they love you. Like,
Oh, so you went in with that mentality.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just easier, Like I felt like if I tried to be somebody else in the start, it would change at the end.
Because you're building this web of lies and
Right,
who
yeah,
knows.
you're just starting to go off of like, okay, well, I was, what would I have said 2 weeks ago? And now I've been on the show for 4 weeks. And like, I don't know what I would have said. So it's like, just keep, like, if people hate you, they hate you. If they love you, they love you. And you call it a day, and you just live with what it is.
What makes you want to go on Love Island in the first place? Is it the experience, finding the connection?
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't ever know about the show. And I tell people this all the time and nobody believes me until they like speak to my parents or like my friends and they're like, "Yeah, no, we didn't know." I had one friend who knew about the show, and when I got reached out, I like told my friend group because I posted that one San Diego TikTok with a hat, and it went viral. And I got reached out by every show, and I was just screenshotting it and sending it to my close group of friends, and I was like, LOL,
That's how
like
it
what I
happened.
do. And then my friend was like, dude, you have to do Love Island. And I was like, of all the shows, why that one? Because it was like The Challenge, Big Brother, Temptation. I love Island. Like it was all of them. And I was like, why that one? So of course, like I mean, I sent him like it was at least 8 or 9. It's like, why? Why that one? And he like broke it down. He's like, dude, it's so fun. Like my girlfriend and I were watching it. His now fiance, we were watching it, and I'm like, what's it about? And then he sent me.
So
I
you had
swear,
no idea
no idea.
the popularity?
No, I had no idea. It's bad, and people like ask me, and then it's like, I'll pull up my TikTok for you now. It's all golf and workout stuff. It's even now. Like I was on the show, and it's like I scroll through TikTok, I still don't see this stuff. It's so bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's good. Like I like it, but it's like yeah, I don't know. Reality TV just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't get me.
And you weren't watching it prior. You never really watched The Bachelor.
No. Okay, I did watch years ago in 2015. I think it was Bachelor in Paradise, and I watched it with my ex back in the day.
And did you ever think I want to do one of
No,
these?
I was like, this is just interesting, because it kind of. I think Bachelor in Paradise kind of gives like same vibes as Love Island a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was ironic, but yeah, it was like that was the only reality TV I watched, and I would only watch it with her when I was at her house, which was not too often.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
get the emails, you respond to Love Island, and then what happens?
I responded to all of them, and then Love Island reached back really quick, and I was like, okay, like, what's it about? And then the producers started talking to you, and they're like, all right, well, let's go. Like, can we get on a FaceTime? And it's like, yeah, when? And they're like, can you do it in 5 minutes? And it's like, oh, that's quick.
I mean, that's
Like,
so the show, like how quick it is.
And I was like, yeah, okay. And so just spoke to them, and they're like, hey, can you send us pictures of your body? And it was like, okay. And they're like, okay, so shirtless, like in front of a mirror, like outside in the sun, just like so they can see. I had to send them pictures of all my tattoos. She was like, we got to make sure that you have like none that are controversial or anything. So I was like, I had my a tattoo. I was like, hey, can you send me every video you've taken of my tattoos? And he was just sending me them. I was sending them over. But yeah, it's very quick. It was a very quick process. I think from what they've told me, I was very late into it. Like, I know one of the boys in the show was even later than I was because they casted him while the show was already filming.
Is that why you get introduced
Um,
as a bombshell?
I don't know. I was on the island way before the show even started. So for me, they were kind of looking at me. They're like, all right, we don't know if we want you to be an OG. We don't know if you want me to bombshell, but like, we'll figure it out. And then like, as the days were coming, the producers kind of speak to you and they're like, okay, because again, it's a show. There's producers. So they're trying to make the best show possible. I think obviously where we are all in this life now, they killed it. And so yeah, they're kind of telling you their plans. Like, okay, so we might keep you in so you can, be a bombshell. And I was like, what's a bombshell? And they're like, okay, we're gonna hand you an iPad and you're gonna watch season 6. I watched like the first 2 episodes of season 6 while I was in the hotel, and they're like, do you understand what a bombshell is now? And I was like, got it. Figured it out.
The disruptor.
Yeah, literally. I was like, okay. And they're like, can you do that? And I was like, I don't know. I never thought I would do reality TV, so I mean, we'll see if I can or if I can't. And I was kind of okay with whatever happened.
So when
Um,
it is time for you to show up, do you have a game plan, or are you just feeling it out as you go?
I didn't plan for anything. Like nothing in this chapter of my life was ever planned. So it was like, just go, be yourself, have a good time because you're away from your family. I'm away from my dog. I'm away from everything that I know. So it was like, what, just enjoy it. Like you're not gonna get to do it again. I didn't get to do spring break when I was in college because I was so focused on basketball. So it was like, just enjoy it. That was my main mindset. And it's like, if you're there for 2 days, cool. You had a great 2 days. You get to get back to your friends and your family and your dog. And I loved my life before the show. So it was like, I'm happy to get back. And then if I'm there for the whole time like I ended up being, then I was like, cool. Hopefully it's a good time. So yeah, there was no plan. There was nothing premeditated. It was just go.
What's up, guys? Real quick, today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get you closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. So head to FanDuel.com or check the link in the description below. Now, back to the podcast. What are you doing in that time before you show up if you're on the island?
Oh, it was not fun. You're in the hotel room. You get try to make it as good and as possible and as healthy as possible. But they're giving you breakfast, lunches, and dinners. You get to choose what you want, which is very nice. Sometimes they're not the best, but it's a hotel. So
Is it hotel food?
yeah. But it was much better hotel food than like you would imagine if that makes sense. But sometimes, yeah, they cook it at 6 in the morning. You get your breakfast by 9. It's like it's not going to be the warmest. Um, but yeah, so you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You go on a 1 hour walk every day. And I heard not everybody got that, so maybe it was like, they had so many people in the hotel that they were like, it felt like secret security trying to be like, okay, we gotta wait here for 5 minutes, and it's like, why? And it's like, well, somebody's walking that way, and we're going in the same direction, so like let them pass, and then we'll go. It's like,
How cool.
yeah, so I forget what they called themselves, but like the people in the hotel that were like trying to,
Like the showrunner people?
right? Yeah, like their job. I kept every time I would go on a 1 hour walk with them, I'm like, you guys, they're on their phones, on the like, okay, stop, okay, turn around, look that way, and you're like,
Are you connected to the outside world at this point? Do you have your phone?
no. They took my phone away day one I landed. They were like, hey, you have 24 hours with your phone. We're coming at 7 a.m. tomorrow to take it. And so I was like, they're like, get your orders and get everything straightened out. So I was like, okay. So I texted my parents, hey, got 24 hours. Texted my close friends and family, got 24 hours. They're taking my phone. So everyone's like, does that mean you're on the show? So I was like, hey, does this mean I'm on the show? They're like, no, you still might not be on it. So I was like, no. So like, how will we know? And I was like, hey, how are they gonna know? And they're like, they'll see you on the show. And I was like, you guys will see. So my family was like, what's going on? I run a personal training business, so I had to text some of my clients, and I was like, hey, you guys are in good hands. I got people that are working with you guys. So hey, how are we gonna? And I was like, same thing I told my parents. I have no idea. I'll either be on the show, or I'll be on a flight in 2 or 3 weeks back home from Fiji. So you'll find out the same. Well, I guess I'll find out before you guys, but we'll find out at the same time pretty much. So yeah, it was an interesting one.
Did you not get anything in order before you left?
No, I got everything in order. I was like, before leaving, I was like, I got
Bills paid, mortgage, rent, all that
everything.
stuff taken care of.
Yeah, everything was pre-taken care of, and I was like, and just in case, I I trust my dad with everything, and I was like, hey, here's my cards, here's everything. If something comes up that I forgot, use the card, pay for it, go crazy, and yeah, make sure everything's good. Had my businesses taken care of, dog was taken care of, so everything that rent was obviously, and mortgage was taken care of. So it's like everything's good. Dad's got a card in case everything goes wrong. We're great.
How much heads up do you have before it's time to walk in and cameras are rolling?
Okay, so I woke up in the morning and they're like, "Hey, we're taking you to get dressed." Now, at that time, I had thought, because we do like the pre-show things just in case you get on the show and they have like things for you and all that.
Like
So
the
I'm like,
EPK, like the press kits?
yeah,
Hey, I'm Pepe.
right. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing another one of those. And then I walk in, and that's when I realize I'm not, because walk in and it's all like the lingerie, the leather and latex tape on the table. I'm like, I don't think this is for. And they're like, oh yeah, so you're walking in tonight. And I'm like, so that's how much update. I don't remember what time it was that I did that. Maybe like 9, 10, 11 in the morning. And I walked in at like, I don't know, it was very dark. That was, at that point, I was still on my like regular, you know, day in the life schedule. So it was like I was waking up 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was going to bed at like 9 p.m. So for that night to like, it was way past 9 p.m. because before even walking out, I was like, hey, I need like energy drinks because I'm super tired right now. So I probably walked in way late.
So
Like,
you see everybody there. Do you have a connection with anybody immediately?
no, for me, I wasn't really trying to go off anything. It was just, because you're watching the show also, like in the hotel, as like episode 1 airs for the US. I get to watch it. Episode 2 airs, I get to watch it. So that way we can stay up to date.
Oh, you're watching it live.
Yeah. So I'm watching it at the same time you guys are watching it. It's like, okay, I'm watching it on the iPad. And so I was like, kind of just basing things off vibes and just saying like, all right, who can I looked at it this way. It's like, if I'm going to be stuck on an island, the whole like thing, if you're going to be stuck on an island, like who you bringing? It's like, okay, I want to bring someone that I can just like chill. Like, I don't want someone that's like gonna be hardwired, insane, bringing a bunch of drama. Because then I have to like, if that's my partner, I gotta back that up, and I don't want to back that up. I don't want to do that. So yeah, I was kind of like, all right, who's in the show right now that's not really stirring, like that's not causing some tidal waves, and then I was like, okay, those are the ones that
Who was that for you?
um at that time I was looking at Amaya and Hannah, and then on the show it said Sierra, but which yeah, like it was kind of up in the air for me at that point. There was only one person really causing a lot of drama, but you know, it was like, okay, so everything's up in the air. Just go in and have fun.
So you're watching all these people in these relationships unfold, and then now you're
Yeah.
finally into the mix.
Right.
What were you thinking interjecting yourselves being the bombshell?
Yeah.
Did you want to not overstep boundaries?
Yeah, that was I'm not a big like I'm not a confrontational person.
Which is
Um
interesting for you because that's the
right,
role
that's
that
the
you're
role that I
given.
was given, right? And so that's why it was like it was a weird one. I was like, I'm just going to go in with the respect level of it and then be like, all right, well, this is a show. It's a game. There's a grand prize at the end. I'm hoping everybody's understanding that and people aren't like I don't know what it's called, but it's like island fever or whatever, where it's like you just get so sucked into like this fake reality that you're like everything seems crazy. And Love Island does that to you, right? So I was like, I'm hoping that it hasn't set into people and I can get in and be like, hey guys, this is a show. Let's all like, please don't kill me. Like, don't hate me, but like, I have to do what I have to do. I'm gonna be respectful about it, as respectful as I try to be, right? And I've seen some clips where people are like, Pep is an asshole, and I was like, I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but like I can see it where it's like maybe from the outside it looks like it, but yeah, my plan was just be respectful, talk to everybody, meet everybody, make sure you're good friends with everybody, and just like again, if you get kicked off in 2 days, like hey, it is what it is.
What does it feel like bunking with all these people and sleeping next to someone that's a stranger with a bunch of other strangers?
I'm gonna be honest with you, that was kind of fun.
Is it like a big slumber party?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was kind of fun. There weren't crazy snores. We were also exhausted. We filmed a lot, so it was like once you get in bed, and then it's like you've been to Europe and they have like the blackout shades. It was that. So it was like the second you're exhausted, you get into this room and they turn the lights off, and like you don't see anything. It was like for me that was heaven. I was like, thank God, like we're done with the day. I can just sleep. And again, like I don't know if it was because I was exhausted, but I didn't hear any snoring. I didn't hear any like ruffling around or moving around. I didn't hear shit.
And everyone's pretty respectful, quiet when they're waking up.
Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't that. I'm gonna be honest with you. That part was fun. There was a lot of things that were really fun about the show. That it was like would make. I can see why like people would want to do it again. But there was also things that you were like, I don't want to do that. Like all the drama. It's like I don't want to do that. At least I don't like drama. So I was like, maybe not do it again.
So if there was another show where you could go back into the villa, would you want to be part of that?
No, no, there was the drama wasn't worth it. And like I said, there were some fun things about it where it was like, yeah, that seems cool. Like meeting a bunch of strangers and becoming friends with them. I feel like okay, this is gonna sound weird. I feel like if the relationship aspect of it was out and it was like you get in to meet a bunch of strangers and you see like who actually like would become just friends, I think that'd be cool. If like the whole relationship aspect was taken, because that was what caused drama. Because nobody likes you and I are talking to the same person, like one of us is gonna be upset. Does that make sense? So, but if like one of us are talking to a person trying to see like who's better friends, and it's like I'm not gonna get upset if like you guys are better friends. Like I'm just gonna be like, hey, congratulations. So I feel like if that would be more fun for me, but obviously that would have zero drama, zero views. So probably don't do that show. But yeah,
You guys make breakfast for each other. What are you eating throughout the rest of the day? Is
uh,
it that same hotel food?
yeah, no, it was better than the hotel food. But it was just yeah, like noodles and I don't want to get it wrong, but yeah, it was good food. It wasn't a lot. I also don't eat vegetables, so I was very picky. So I was losing weight like crazy, and I was
But
like,
you're loving that because you're looking more shredded throughout the season.
yeah, I hated it because I got off the show and I was like, I felt like I was a twig. You know when you go to the gym and you have like you're like okay, I like everyone's like you look great, but then you look at yourself in your mirror and you have like that body dysmorphia. This is like I was just it tripled or quadrupled because I was like I look at myself in the mirror and I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm 20 pounds lighter. And it was like, I was probably only 5 pounds lighter. I was like, I don't like that.
Is
But, you know,
is there a moment where the cameras disappear and you're able to just be solely in the show and part of it?
no, the cameras are on 24/7.
But I mean, for you as you're part of the cast in it, like, do you ever just ignore the cameras being part of it
I ignored it the whole time.
right
Yeah.
from the beginning?
Yeah. It's like I said, I was like, I'm just going to be myself. So just come on here, be yourself. There was sometimes where it was hard to ignore him because like they'd be in like the walls and then someone would like sneeze or like trip over like a wire and you're like, oh, you say bless you to them. But I try to ignore it the whole, it's just like now, like I don't, it's just ignore it. Just, I'm talking to you. And like I said, whatever comes out of it, comes out of it, you know?
I mean, I do a lot of podcasts, and I feel like we're really locked in, and you
Yeah.
have yet to look once at the camera.
I know I did right there. When I was like, I wanted to point at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of just, I don't know. I feel like, again, if you focus on the camera being there and you're not yourself, I feel like it comes off as that and like people can see it. And then I feel like I'm trying to, like have a script and have like, this is first, this is second, this is third. And it's like, nah, just talk. That's the whole point of a podcast, right? And that's the whole point of a dating show is you talk to people. So just talk, be yourself, and whatever happens, happens.
By the time you understand what's happening on the show, you're already in the show.
Oh yeah, you're in it.
What do you think of these games as you're part of it? Is anything too gross that you're...
I don't think anything was too gross. I'm not an outgoing person. Like I don't put myself out there.
You don't
Like
normally spit food in each other's mouths.
I know. I get secondhand embarrassment like crazy. So I'm seeing the cast do these things and I'm like, I have to do that next. And so I'm like, I need you guys to hype me up like crazy, please, because I'm not, I know the second I get in there, like for me, I was like, I was gonna freeze. My whole friends and family told me the same thing. They're like, when we saw you do the first challenge, they're like, that one was The way I walked in, they were like, that's insane. Like we didn't think you'd say yes to that. But the second challenge and the third, and like as they kept going, they're like, you you were doing that? Like we just can't see you doing that. So
Because
I
you're
thought
getting
that
more
was
comfortable and friendly with everybody?
no, I was just well, at towards the end of it, I realized we would all like really hype each other up during the challenges, like crazy. Like Nick would say, like, "Hey guys, I'm up first, nervous." Where everyone's nervous, right? So it's like you're kind of in the same. Then there's people that like when they get nervous, they really go out there and they do their thing. And there's people like me that you get nervous and you're like, nah, I can't get out there.
Yeah, I clam up.
So yeah, I every time. So yeah, we would hype each other up, and everybody would be clapping on the sides, and everybody would be like, "Come on, you got it! Like keep going!" Like somebody would do something crazy, and everybody's like going crazy, and it's like okay, kind of like lets you relax a little bit and lets you be like, all right, again, cameras are off. You don't think about it because you're thinking about the challenge and you're nervous, and so instead of thinking about the challenge and the cameras, now you're thinking about the challenge and like these people are supporting me, like these people are like with me. So that was my mindset is like just focus on the people in front of you and just like be in that moment and everything else will take care of itself, which could have been really bad and I could have said something stupid or done something absolutely dumb, but I was like, hey, if people are gonna hate you, let them hate you. Like, I feel like we all have our close friends and family. Perfect. As long as they love me and respect me and care for me, didn't need social media beforehand. I don't need it now. It's like just keep living your life.
What was the moment where you grasped how big Love Island really was?
When we got our phones back the very first day, yeah.
The very first day. When you did get it back.
Yeah, phones were gone the whole time. Show ends. We get into the hotel. We fall asleep. Next morning, everyone's like, "Hey, we're giving you your phones back." And of course, they recorded that. And that's when, like, when I opened up my phone and I refreshed it. No, I don't think it was my phone. I think it was somebody else's phone. And I refreshed it, and I was like, "This is taking forever to refresh." And then I see like the number on the screen. And I'm like, "Oh." It's like, oh wow, that's insane. And then they show us on TikTok and they're like, look at these, like this is what people were doing. And of course they have it like preset and they find a TikTok with like people in a bar with my face like plastered on the TV screen and everyone's like screaming, yeah, go Pep. And I'm like, that was like, I don't, at first when they showed me that, I was like, okay, that was like one bar. And they're like, no, look. And they're like swiping to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. I'm like, oh, so this was like everywhere. Like this was literally everywhere. And that's when I realized like, okay,
Does your stomach drop?
My heart sank, yeah. Like or I guess my stomach, yeah. I was like, you feel like that roller coaster where you're like,
Life's different now.
yeah, it completely changes. Like now you have so many eyes on you that it's just like every little thing you do, and like everybody wants to be a celebrity, but I've never like, that question where everyone's like, do you want fame and money, or do you just want money and no fame? And I was always like, I just want money and no fame. Like I don't want people to know me. Just like I want to make my money, do my thing, live my life, and not have people like constantly. That was like gone. I know I said that my whole life, gone. It's no longer the same.
Fame.
Right, it's gone. And so that's what like that was the first thing that popped into my head. It was like, oh, every time I told somebody this, it was like, throw that out the window. It's no longer relevant because like fame, right there, like immediately in 4 weeks.
When
So that was a weird one.
when you're on the show, can you tell who's turning up for the cameras and maybe their motives aren't being 100% authentic?
That's a great question. In the moment you can't because you don't know these people. Does that make sense? So you're just thinking like, oh, these are
Everyone's here with the same intention that I
right.
have.
Well, that's your mindset, right? Like when you go into a room to get a business like deal, you're thinking I'm going into this room to get the business deal, and you're, the type of person you are would say your motives, right? And your motives can be, I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to say the things the way they are, and some other person's motives just like I'm going to be better than that person, you know. But your first mindset is everyone's here doing it my way, which maybe isn't the best thing to think, but that's the way I was thinking. It's like, oh, everyone's just gonna be themselves. Everyone's just gonna have fun. Everyone's gonna say, screw the cameras and let's just talk and see what happens, So, yeah, the whole time I'm thinking like this is just the way the person is, and this is the type of person that they are. But after the show, you kind of start seeing things differently.
Did you watch it back?
No.
No full episodes.
No full episodes. When I got off the show, like I fast forwarded to like me walking on, with my close friends and family, and then I watched like a couple. Like I would fast forward and watch a couple other little like things here and there, and that was about it. And I was like, cool. Everything else I saw on TikTok. Yeah, I didn't feel like watching the whole episode.
Did you watch Back Beyond the Villa?
It hasn't even come out yet.
Oh, you didn't get the
Yeah.
screener or anything?
No, and I won't watch it either.
Really?
Yeah, it just I don't know. There's something about I can watch myself when I'm like doing tape on a basketball court, but like seeing myself, even like when I do campaigns and things like that, I don't want to watch it. Like when I film TikToks, I don't want to watch it unless it's like a basketball or a golf TikTok. Then it's like, oh, I want to watch like my swing and the way it worked and like what I have to do different. When I can critique it, yeah, but when it's like this, I won't want to watch it. I just feel like whatever I said, I said. If things pop up on TikTok, great. I hope that everything comes out great, but I don't want to watch myself. Like, I don't know. I'm not really a show person. I'm more of a movie person. But yeah, I think shows they drag it along, and then you're like, "Oh, I gotta watch it." And like I don't know if I should say this, but do you know One Piece on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, I got into that. I watched all 2 seasons. I watched the first season on the plane to New York, and then I was like, I loved it. And how I posted on Snapchat, I was like excited for season 2 to come out, and all my people were like, "Dude, it's already out." And the second I saw that, I was like,
What?
I downloaded season 2, I watched it all. 2 days gone, and
Oh,
I
wow.
just watched 16 episodes of One Piece in like 2 or 3 days, and I was like, this is why I can't do shows. I need a movie where like it starts, it stops, done, and I can just like put it to a side.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure like clips will come up on TikTok and of the season, and I'll keep up like that. It's the same thing I did with like Love Island games and All Stars and all that. It's like clips will pop up and I'll watch them, and if I see that it's like all drama, I'll just keep swiping. And if I see like, oh, it's one of my friends, or like if they bring back somebody from season 7 to season 8, and they pop up, then it's like, oh, I wonder what they're doing, and like hope they're doing well, things like that. But I won't like glue myself to the TV and watch it.
When you're voting people off the island,
Yeah.
what's the tension like amongst the rest of the cast? Are people uniting together, trying not to? Is there anything that the cameras aren't recording or people don't see at home?
So I think I can say it. I think a lot of the times that not every time that people were voted off, but a lot of times they would separate all of us. And then they'd be like, who are you choosing? And then so you really can't like gang up on people. You're kind of just everyone's kind of again, and everybody has their own motives and their own things, but my mindset was just like you know, it's tough. It's so hard because it's a show and it's a dating show. And you're like, I'm the type of person that's like, I hope everybody like wins, you know? Like I'm a big fan of like if I'm winning, we're all winning, you know? Um so voting people off for me was tough because it was like, shoot, like because like if somebody doesn't have a connection, then you're like, well, they could. Like, what if somebody walks in and then that's like their perfect person? But you're like, but right now they don't, and this person does. Like, they can't go home, and so you're in like this limbo the whole time of like, what do you do? So yeah, voting off was it was never easy. Those nights were always the longest and the most like stressful and the most annoying and the ones that the second the lights came off in the room, everybody was just out because everybody was like, I'm exhausted. And of course, somebody's couple gets voted out and then that person's really exhausted where it's like they've just been bawling their eyes out. So those nights were not fun. Those are the nights that when I said earlier, like I would do it again and if like some things were removed, those nights I would want to remove.
Because those are the most emotional.
Those are the most emotional, but the most like stressful, they're full of drama. Somebody's pissed off at somebody because it's like, whoa, I thought we were freaking best friends and you voted off my person. They're like, I'm playing the show the way I think, but then the other person's like, well, you might have ulterior motives for that. And it's like, you just don't know, you know? So yeah, those nights were not fun ever.
What's it like when you're in the direct line of the drama and the cameras start rolling on you?
Um, I can say from Beyond the Villa now, it's not fun. You're just kind of sitting there. It feels like you just have a big old target on your body, and then everyone's just shooting right at you. Um, so yeah, it's not fun. It definitely isn't fun, and it's definitely not fun. I was really lucky, and I was praying that I would not have to, because everybody does their votes one by one, right? And the last person is usually the one that the producers will make to like say the final decision. I was like, please don't let me ever be the final decision, because that would like as the way the type of person I am, that's like I want everybody to be the final decision, which means I'm pretty much like the one that chose to like kick the person off. That would break me. I'd be like, God, that sucks. So that was my whole like, just don't be the like, yeah. It was a weird one.
In the trailer of Beyond the Villa, they show a quick cutscene. I know we can't talk too much about it, but of you and TJ talking. Have you guys had any conversations or run-ins at events or anything in the past months?
No, I try to not do too much with Love Island people. Um, yeah, just again that whole, and especially what's happening in Beyond the Villa, and obviously people will see. Um, yeah, it's not the most cordial thing. I don't know if I can even say that right
Yeah,
because I can't give too much away, but yeah, I try my best not to run into Love Island people. And when I do, I try to keep it like with Nick. We're not taking millions of pictures together. We're not filming a shit ton of TikToks. Like, we're friends. We're gonna hang out. Like the way you hang out with your friends that aren't like influencers, like that you're not like constantly taking videos with them, right? So it's like that's what I do with the Love Island cast that I'm still friends with. Like, we hang out, we have a good time, we have fun. We're not like on work mode because then it seems fake to me, right? So yeah, so I try to stay away from Love Island people in a lot of situations, and if we're together, like Nick spending the night at my house, and it's like until this podcast comes out, I think Nick might have posted something on Snapchat about saying like he's staying at my house. I don't. Yeah, it's not a big deal. You would let people stay at your house that are your close friends, and it's what it is, right? You don't like stream it and record it and like make a big video out of it or make a big deal out of it. It's just
is what it is.
right. Your friends are staying at your house. Like, it's just a normal thing.
Who's really better at ping pong, you or Nick?
Me.
Is that actual?
100%.
How many games would you say you went to his?
Me and Nick probably played, I'm gonna exaggerate this, but it felt like 100 games. And it might be exaggerated, it might not. I have no idea. But at one point we were keeping track and I was kicking his ass, and then he started catching up, but he never passed me. It was very close.
Was he really beating you when he was catching up?
Like, he would win games, but it was definitely very close. There was a point where I don't know if I was up too many games or how many games I was up, but no, it was a very close. He's an athletic kid. Now in basketball, I just kicked his ass this weekend too. So, or this week. It was on a Tuesday. But no, we played a lot of ping pong, him and I. Like, anytime drama would happen, him and I would just be like, ping pong. we'd be bored. We wouldn't be doing anything. We'd look at each other from like across the building and be like, "Hey, are you filming? No. Are you? No. Ping pong." It's like, all right, great. It was like our little escape, and then people started joining, and we were like, "We don't really want you guys to join. Like, we got a match. This wasn't like it was a war. It wasn't a battle. There was many battles, and there was just one main war. I'm pretty sure I won the war.
If I asked
Although
him, would he say you were the better one?
no, he's gonna say, which I love him for that. He's gonna say he was a better one.
But he's just wrong.
100% wrong. This is where like I want to look at the camera and be like, Nick, you're not better than me. No, yeah, he's not better than me. He's good though, really good.
Is there anything you really missed while you were filming on Love Island? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you not have access to?
I think just my friends, family, and my dog.
So the phone access, being able to talk to people.
The phone, not even that, just in person. I didn't really care too much about the phone. Didn't really care too much about social media. It was just the in person, like, when you're having a long day, it's like you just want to hang out with your friend. Or like for me, when I have after a long day, I just want to hang out with my dog, like just be with him.
I was hoping you'd bring him.
That, were you really?
Yeah, I was.
I left him. I was like, just in case.
Oh no, I would have loved it.
No, the last time I brought him, but I had my management team to like be able to like watch him, because if not, he'd probably jump on that couch. Yeah,
he put a camera on him.
He would have 100% jumped on the couch and just chilled. But he whines a lot. He talks. He's a German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois. So the whole time you'd be hearing woo, 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 woo in the background. I was like, yeah, no, just in case. But
what was the most shocking news when you came out of Love Island and you got your phone back? What were you most surprised at? What did you miss?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really get on my phone too much for like all that. I know the day I got home, I was with my family. I hired a social media manager actually to like for that one video that went crazy before I went on Love Island. Because I was like, yeah, I would like to do social media, because it's like, it's another business that why not? In my head, it's like, hey, you're filming a couple videos and you post a video or two every day, and it's not too crazy. And what I did, my lifestyle beforehand was kind of the way it is now. I'm working out, I'm taking my dogs on a walk, and it, people sometimes were interested in it, and so I was like, why not? So I hired a social media manager. He did everything. So like when I got home for like 4 or 5 days, I was like, unless somebody sent it to me on like iMessage and I clicked on it and it took me to TikTok, I wasn't like on TikTok scrolling and like, or on Instagram scrolling and seeing like what's happening. It was more of like, yeah, which I think screwed me over in the long run, because there was a lot of like companies that were reaching out, and I just wasn't on my phone. So I was just, I was like, I didn't see him.
NBA wanted me to sign up.
Oh, that would have sucked. That would have sucked. No, but yeah, I wasn't on my phone. So I don't know really too much of what I missed when I was on it. I know I missed my family, my friends, and my dog. So the day I got home, all my family, my friends, and my dog were there. And we had a big old party. And of course, they're my closest friends and my family. And so we had a big tell-all, and I sat down. I remember they sat me in a corner, and they were like all on this U-shaped couch and people on the floor, and I was just sitting, and I'm like, all right, go ahead, ask the questions. I was like, what do you guys want to know? And I was just staring off at them, like probably answered questions for like 4 hours. We had some dinner, and then everyone went home. We went to bed. Yeah, so I really was on my phone. It was hilarious. My friends all like, and my family pulled out their notes app. They're like, okay, so at this point in the show, like this happened and what, and I was like, oh my God, I was like having to go back in my head. All right, so like 4 weeks ago, what happened in this moment that they aired on a TV show? I was like, guys, I don't, I was just trying my best to answer them. But yeah, wasn't on the phone. Wasn't really interested in that.
It must be such a trip now, because people are going to watch Beyond the Veil of something that happened so long ago, and now you're going to relive it all over again.
You're reliving it all over, and you're like, yeah, that was weird. And then it's like, hey, so what exactly led up to that? And it's like, I'm going to be honest with you, it happened so many months ago, I don't remember. And so you're like trying to replay it in your head and be like, okay, so why did I say that? Or why did they say this? And like, and then you're trying to like, why did I, and it's just like this, like we'll do this, and if you air it in 3 months, it's like, how do we get onto that topic? Right. I don't remember.
Would you want to do any other reality shows?
That's a good question. I would want to do something that is like no drama. And I know a lot of people are telling me to do Traders, and Rob killed it on Traders, and like so happy for him, but I think that's his thing. maybe the challenge. I think that looks interesting to me, just because it's like it's about you got to be athletic, you got to be strong mentally and physically, and it's a challenge. And it's there's like I'm looking at the drama level of it. And it's like there can't be too much drama, right? Like we're all trying to compete for a goal.
But I feel like traders would be perfect for that.
I feel like that brings a lot of drama though, because I feel like that there's like
But it's
the
like
team
game
aspect, but
drama.
it's game drama, yeah. But you know how social media is. It's like it's game
People
drama, and
exploded on that.
right. It's game drama, and we all know it's game drama. But then, Rob was doing his thing, trying to win this game, and he won it. But people were like, "Oh, he's an asshole," and he's like a manipulator. It's like it's the game. He's got to do that. So like, I don't want to come off a show again and have people be like, "Oh, well, he's this," and it's like, guys, it's a show. Like I would go on the challenge, and if I didn't win, and people were like, "Oh, he's weak," it's like, "Oh, you know what? You're right." Clearly, because I couldn't do this challenge, I am weak. Or somebody says, "Hey, he's super strong." It's like, "Hey, thank you. I completed this challenge." I am like, that's the most drama that I can see coming off the challenge. Um, versus like other things like traders and other reality TV shows. It's like I can see more drama where people are like nitpicking every detail, and I'm like, I'm good.
I think that's the beauty of Love Island, though, is that it's daily. It's so interactive. You're so obsessed with these
So
people.
obsessed, yeah, yeah, and
But
it definitely makes for an amazing show. And if you love attention, great show to be on. If you don't, and you're like a behind the scenes type of person like me, probably not the best show to be on, because you're gonna have attention everywhere. Like it gets to a point. Me and Nick went to a volleyball tournament to see my good friend. She's a coach for like a high school AU volleyball team, and I haven't seen her in years. And her team obviously watched the show, and they loved us. And I was like, I told Nick, I was like, hey, it's gonna be insane. Do you want to come? Do we hire security for 16-year-olds? And in my mind, I'm like, I kind of want to. And Nick was like, let's probably not. Like, we can handle the 16-year-olds. And then, like, 20 minutes into the game, he was like, we were
Shoulda
both
got
like,
security.
we should have got security. It's so hard to say no to people, But it's like you have so many eyes that it's just like every little thing you do can be interpreted as one thing or another. And like to like every little thing. Yes, that was yesterday bugged me because I was like, hey, let me finish the game. Let's finish. Like we're watching this game. Let us finish, and then we'll take pictures and we'll like hang out with you guys and we'll do all that. And then somebody asked Nick, and Nick can't say no to save his life, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, Nick, I just told this other girl like let's wait for the game, and now you're having me stand up. I was like, she's gonna hate us. Like she's gonna be like, what the heck? But it's things like that because you're like, well, I'm saying no just like so we can enjoy this, and then, but it's not. I don't want to be an asshole saying no. I'm just saying, like, hey, let me enjoy this, and then whatever you guys want from us, we'll do it right after. But
Were you expecting that kind of popularity from it?
no, no, I was expecting. If I'm being honest with you, when I tell people I was expecting like 5 to 15,000 more followers on Instagram, and that's it. Like I wasn't expecting a blow up. Um, I had never heard of the show, so I was like, I didn't know what to expect. My social media manager was like, "Good, it'll give us a little." That's what he said. That was
We'll
a
get
funny
some
thing.
content.
Well, he was like, "It'll give us a little push to
A
like
little
start your
push.
right. It'll give us a little push." And yeah, we just got kicked right into it. There was no little push. It was like go. And so I asked him because obviously I don't see like how the numbers are growing, and my friends would screenshot him on social media, and it was like, "Yeah, dude, within the first day, you're up like 200,000 followers from like where you started." And I was like, "Oh, so there was no little push. Like there wasn't like." A 5,000 increase per day, or no, it was just like 200 plus, and then another 200, and then another 50. And I was like, okay, so yeah, there was no little jump start to it. Like what he was saying, like it'll give us a little. No, it was just you're in it, figure it out.
I know it's such a loaded question, but is there anything that you can go back into the villa and redo or do differently, or told yourself in advance how to approach a certain situation or interview?
Yeah, no, I don't regret anything that I did. I'm happy I did it the way I did it. I'm happy I didn't overthink the camera situation. I'm happy that I didn't try to like do something that I'm and be out of the do something that I'm not and be something that I'm not. I'm happy I did it the way I did it. I think it just yeah, I think it made like coming off the villa a little bit easier. Yeah. No, there's nothing I would have changed.
When there's massive drama and you're just
Mhm.
watching it all unfold, do you ever want to interject and throw in and no? Let it all happen.
You guys do it. And yeah, that was about it. The only time I feel like I interjected was when there was a situation, um, and I was like, yeah, I think just for like girls to have more girls around, that was the only time that I was like, let me like, hey, guys, you should probably get over there. But outside of that, it's like I don't want to deal with the drama. Like the more I can just be behind the scenes and like you guys all figure it out, um, the happier I was. I feel like nobody's happy with drama, you know? So I'm the same way. I don't like drama. So I was like, you guys do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing, and we're all gonna, live on happily ever after.
With Beyond the Villa, didn't it almost seem like you were
Oh yeah, the whole time I hated it.
you're like literally walking into drama?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, literally, I was walking into drama. I hated it.
I know you can't say much, but
Yeah,
I'm going based off what I saw in the preview. It looks like everyone's kind of together, and then you come in later on, so everyone's
yeah.
already connecting,
hmm
and then there's Pepe.
Yeah, yeah. It was, yeah. It was definitely for months. I was like, I was not happy. Like
Like
I
the
was like,
anxiety coming
yeah,
in.
yeah. Oh, it creeps in the entire time because you're like, I don't know what these people are gonna say. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how the producers are gonna make it look. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is that I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, just like I'm doing with this podcast. I'm gonna not script anything and just say my piece and walk out. And it was like I swear to you, the second I would film something for Beyond the Villa, I like before even getting into my car, I would take my clothes off just so I like put a new pair of clothes just so I feel like I'm out of that situation. And immediately I would call one of my friends and be like, let's go play golf. Let's go do something. Let's go eat. Let me take you to dinner. Let's do so. I would call my family and be like, let's hang out. So like my mind would immediately get off from like I just filmed this high anxiety, stressful situation. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck's gonna happen until like 5 months from now. Let me focus on something that's in the present. And so I was like, drive home quick, pick up my dog, go, go hang out with friends and family. Yeah, I hated it, every moment of it. But the producers killed it. They did an amazing job of like, like, hey, you're all right, you're good. Like, it's part of the show. It's a show. You're all right. Like, what do you need from us? And it was like, I'm good. Like, people don't really see when I'm anxious and I'm nervous. I don't really show it. Um, but like I would tell the producers all the time, like I'm not. They're like, "How you feeling?" I was like, "I'm not feeling good." Like I know it doesn't look like I'm not feeling good, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not. Like you just don't know what people are gonna say, you know. And so when you're walking into a room of like people that are literally on social media bashing your name and you're just not saying anything, it's just like I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, like are they gonna do that on social media, but then be in person, be like, "Hey, dude, how you doing?" Or are they gonna be like, "We're bashing you a little bit on social media, but like we're really gonna bash you in now." And then I'm not the type of person. I said I'm not confrontational at all. So like, you guys want to go crazy at me and like call me out, cuss me out, do whatever you want. Like, knock yourself out. I'm not. I'll be the bigger man. I'll walk away from the situation and call it a day. You're just filming these scenes. Some of the scenes were filmed at home, and some of the scenes were filmed in other places, and some scenes were filmed all together. They did. I don't know how much I can say, so let's just stop it there.
Yeah. Does it feel cool reuniting with everybody? Like, because you all did this really
Right.
huge thing.
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping that.
It was a cultural moment.
Oh yeah, it was huge. It was insane, and that's what I was like. I remember when I came off the show. I remember telling people before we got off the show, like, "Hey, whatever happens, we all got to stick together." And of course, nobody stuck together. Yeah, quick. And I was like, you have to have each other's back because it's. I don't know what do they call it with those people that like get really into like other people's lives on social media. Is it not paranormal? Social normal?
Parasocial.
Parasocial. Yeah, I almost got it. Paranormal and social.
It's kind of
Parasocial.
paranormal.
Yeah, and it was like you kind of know that that's gonna happen if it blows up. And the second I saw my phone, I was like, okay, so clearly it did. So like, let's have each other's bags. Cause like people were sending me videos of me like, and I don't party a lot, right? People were sending me videos of me at parties and being like, Pepe's at a party, and it's like, well, I don't have my neck tattoo there, so like, that must have not been, recent. That must have not been yesterday or like last week, cause I've had this for 2 years. So like you're bringing up a video from 2023 and like people are going crazy like, oh, he shouldn't be partying. And it's like, I'm not. I'm home. Like, So it's like I told everybody like we just have to have each other's backs because like if I say something about a situation and nobody has my back, nobody's gonna believe me. But if I say something about a situation,
And
or if
someone
I
else
don't,
vouches for you.
or like even if I don't say anything, but somebody else vouches for me, then it's like okay, now we have, you know. So that's where any type of drama that comes out with me on the show is just I don't say anything. Like if somebody wants to have my back, if social media wants to have my back, great. Because whatever I say, nobody's gonna really care. So I was like, kind of, I was hoping that that would be the situation with it. It wasn't. So that was a weird one.
Is there a group chat amongst you and anybody that you're a part of?
Yeah, yeah. Me, Nick. I mean, there's a bunch of like little group chats here and there, but definitely I'm not in a big one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of like small ones, and like I had Chris and Charlie at my birthday dinner, and we went out afterwards. So like I put them in a little group chat. And I was like, hey, I know you guys are in LA right now. Come, and then it was like they showed up. So it's like you start making these little small group chats, but there's definitely, I'm sure there's people on the show that have these massive group chats with each other, but I'm not one of them.
What do you think about the next season going in? As far as people who want to be part of the show and be contestants, do you
Yeah,
think that they're just gonna have this massive rise as well?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious about that though. And I hope that they've like seen what has happened from our show because now it has been so. I know last season was big, but like this season was huge. So it's like I'm hoping that people that go on the show now aren't like me and we're like I don't know anything about the show.
Like people should be aware of the.
Right. Like I'm hoping that like if you go do more research than I did and just be yourself and whatever happens happens. You can't plan anything. That's the hardest part for the producers. That's why I always give them their kudos for like what they did for our show. It's like they can plan so much, but they can't plan you liking something. They can plan one person out of 10 liking it, but they can't plan that 10 out of 10 will like it. In our show, it seemed like 9 out of 10 people liked it. So, whatever contestant goes on, it's like, hey, just do your research before, see things that we did wrong, and then go from there. And hopefully that everything turns out great for everybody next season.
What was the craziest game that you felt you were part of?
I don't remember right now. I honestly don't remember. God, I think for me the first one when I walked in latex, I was like, what the heck is happening here? Like that to me was, yeah, that was a that one was a crazy one for me. Not a fan of that one. That was all I was thinking about the whole time is my mom. I was like, God, I hope she doesn't watch this.
And did she?
No, she turned it off the second she saw me walk out. The second she saw what I was wearing, it was funny. So I guess the way they did it is they send it to your social media manager and they say like, hey, post about it because he's gonna be on the show tonight. And so that's how they knew I was gonna be on the show. So a bunch of my friends got together and we're like, we're gonna watch Pepe get in the show at my sister's house. And
It's
it
a
was
whole
funny because
family
there
gathering.
was a whole bunch of people. Like even my house church people were there. Like a bunch of people were there. And my mom immediately with like let's say 20 to 30 people just turns off the TV and everyone's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Everyone's freaking out. My mom's like, "I can't watch this." I was like, "God, that was the one thing." Apparently she didn't watch like 2 or 3 episodes after that either. She was just telling my sister like, "What'd your brother do today? What was he wearing?" My sister's like, "Mom, he was in a bathing suit. It was fine."
What about when
So
you're covered in something? And is it impossible to get out?
yeah,
Because it's in
well,
every crevice.
okay, right. So that was annoying. That wasn't like while I'm filming this. That was like I have slime everywhere. And
Did you do any
then
milk challenges?
yeah, I did that one milk challenge. That was not good either. Cause that milk was like milk and water and it was sitting in the sun and you're like tasting it and you have to spit in the girl's mouth and you're like, like I don't want it in my mouth and it's coming from the jug. I'm so sorry that it's going into yours.
And that dairy cell stays on you.
Yeah, oh, it was it was disgusting. The everything, because then you have to like still be in the moment and film. So you're sitting in it for like
Doing
an
your
hour and
talking
a
head.
half, and then yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, Pep, it's your turn, and then you're like, finally, I get to sit down, talk about it, remember everything that happened. And it's like, okay, it's been 2.5 hours. Pepe, you can go shower now. It's like, thank God, thank you. Like I've been sitting in this. Sometimes it was freezing, and you're sitting in this like in milk. And then other times it's like it's super hot and you're sitting in this slime and you're like, this is not comfortable at all. But like it's the name of the game. You gotta go to your little beach hut, you gotta do your little floating bubble and finish that, and then you can go shower. That was awful. That for me was like, didn't look forward to the challenges. Once the challenge was like happening and like I finished mine and everybody else was doing theirs, I was stoked about it. I was like cheering everybody on. I was like, okay, my part's over. I'm happy now. And then it ends and you're like, I gotta sit in whatever it is that I'm sitting in for the next 2 hours and either be really cold or really hot. Because Fiji gets really, really cold or really, really hot. Like there's no happy medium where it's like, okay, it's 8 p.m. at night or something like that. Sun's come down and it's like it's 75 degrees. Like no, it's like during the day it's 100 and then at night it's like 50. And so you start filming this challenge and it's daytime and you're sweating your balls off and you're covering all this stuff. And then it turns into nighttime when you're done filming the challenge and you're just like sitting you're like freezing and then you can't get goo off you. So they're like, okay, here's a towel, but like put it over your shorts because nobody's going to see this. But like you're sitting there with no shirt and you're like, okay, like, can we hurry this up, please?
If people are getting, or if
Yeah.
people are hooking up in the room at night, can
Mhm.
you hear what's going on?
I never did. Again, like I said, I was so tired afterwards that it was like I couldn't hear anything. I was passed out. Like, yeah. So I didn't hear anything. I know other people heard, and other people would be like, "Hey, I know you did something last
Oh,
night."
so
'Cause,
word
like,
gets around real quick.
well, once somebody says it, if somebody speaks up, then it gets around. But if nobody speaks up, then it didn't. But yeah. Yeah, that
Uh,
was. Luckily I fell asleep so quick I didn't even hear anything. So I'm very happy about that because I don't know how I would feel if like I'd be putting like 20 pillows over my head to like cover the sounds if I had to hear anything. So, but
How long do the games take to film and set up? And
a while, a while. I don't know how long it takes to set up. That wasn't obviously our
but like
job.
calling you guys over and then
Yeah, yeah. It
understanding the
was it was the
rules.
whole day. Like we knew if we were doing a challenge, that was the day. There was, and then if like it was a challenge and elimination, it was like, oh yeah, we're up for the next 24 hours. Like this is gonna be a long one, and this is
Somebody
gonna
might
be
push the boundaries.
yeah, and
Somebody's going home.
right. This is gonna be one where it's like, we finish the challenge, everybody showers, everybody does this, and all of a sudden they're like, and there's elimination tonight, and it's like, oh yeah, people are gonna freak out tonight because you just had such a long and not stressful because the challenges are supposed to be fun, right? And they are fun, but it's just such a long day that then it's like you just want to do nothing and chill, and they throw in like elimination, and you're like, somebody's freaking out today. Somebody, there's gonna be some drama tonight
We'll see what happens on Beyond the Villa.
in April.
Check it out on Peacock.
Yeah,
Now that the show has been
yeah.
filmed, what's your day to day? What do you spend your time on?
I've gotten back in the gym. I'm doing a lot of things with my dog. I'm trying to figure out some things with, um, not so much the social media world, but that still relevant in that world. But just trying to do things that I actually love and enjoy, and yeah, just be myself. The getting off a show like this, it changes not who you are or how you are as a person, but it changes like what you do in your day to day. So I'm trying to get back to like I love the routine that I had before. I loved it, and it's hard to get back to that routine because you're in New York one day and then Chicago the next, and then now we're going to Palm Springs for the next 3 weeks, and it's just like
When does that start?
Palm Springs is next weekend is already Coachella weekend one. Then I do weekend 1, 2, and Stagecoach. It's like 3 weekends in a row. It's just go 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 go, and
Is that just for fun or is that with a brand?
no with brands, yeah yeah. So which again cool and an unbelievable experience. And I was just talking to a friend of mine that's like I've never been to Coachella. And now you get to go and you're like dreading it. I'm like I feel like an asshole. I'm sorry, but I am dreading it
It's
because
also different because you're going. It's for work. As
right
much
it
as the
is.
work is
It's
awesome.
fun, but it still is work, right? Like, but then you feel like a dick saying like, or like an asshole. You feel bad saying I'm not looking forward to go to Coachella weekend 2 because I had just done weekend 1, and then you have somebody saying like I've never been. So
Is
then
there
you're
anyone you're looking forward to the performances of?
Justin Bieber for sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
JB. Was playing basketball with him the whole time, and like August, September, October, November, and I was like, when
Is he
like
good? Could you, if one on one, you and Justin Bieber?
I'd smoke him for sure. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's seeing celebrities like do you like they're so focused, and especially a celebrity like Justin Bieber that does so many sports. It's like if he's even decent at all of these sports, it's still impressive. Cause it's like okay, he's focusing on his business and his like family and his life, and then he still has like, yeah, I'm pretty good at golf. I'm pretty good at skateboard. I'm pretty good at snowboard. I'm pretty good at basketball. I'm pretty good at, and it's like, all right, well, that's impressive. I just had to focus on basketball for the majority of my life, so it's like if I'm not good at it, it's not a good thing. But to see someone like him be like, I'm an unbelievable dancer, singer, but then I'm pretty good at a lot of other things. It's like, okay, kudos. So even if he's not that good at basketball, it's still more impressive than someone that's like not doing anything with their life and then is not that good at basketball either. It's like, all right, you got to give him his kudos for that.
Have you ever played basketball with Adam Sandler?
I haven't. I would love to.
That's next up.
I would love to. I would love to. I know it's the same thing. Like I think I've seen clips of him playing, and I'm like, I think he's pretty good. But
I saw
like,
him play with Timothy Chalamet.
Have you? Did you really?
I did. It was at a basketball thing. It was his movie and Timothy Chalamet's Marty Supreme. They did this collab thing, and they just played basketball 2-on-2 against somebody else in the crowd.
I would need to see videos of that.
It was just sick. I think it was for Variety.
Okay.
It was really cool.
I need to look that video up. That sounds so. I would love to just play with like all these celebrities that you see, and I've played with a few, and it's like cool. But I definitely would. That's what I'm saying. Like I just want to get back to like the things I love, because then it's then for the people that are looking at my content, they get to see me actually doing something I enjoy. And I feel like that's better than like trying to push something that's like not me. Um, so yeah, if I can, if Adam Sandler watches this and he wants to play basketball, I'd love to. We don't.
Adam, leave a comment down below.
That's right.
Let us know.
Please.
We'll make it happen. Awesome. Cool, guys. Go watch Beyond the Villa. Pepe, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me.
This has been awesome.
It was a blast.
Cool.
I loved it.
Awesome. We'll see you guys later. That was great.
Thank you. No, that was awesome.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed this podcast, give a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, make sure to subscribe. And today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel.